Good afternoon, my movie-loving brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon on the Screen Talk Live YouTube channel, where we like to talk about all things movies, movie news, and other screen-related stuff. I'm, of course, your humble host, Key Toothman. I'm joined today by my friend and colleague and hopefully normal Tuesday guy, Lucas Fairney. Lucas.
What's up, man?
How's it going today, buddy?
It's good. I'm a little sleepy.
You temporarily have Shane Wallace's name, but bam, now you're Lucas Fairney.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. You're
Oh, yeah.
officially the full-on Fairney now.
The Fairney.
But yeah, guys, how are you guys doing today? Thank you for joining us. Guys, if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe, notification bell, all of that all of those things so you can have your movie news when you need it, where you need it. Also, just to get some things out of the way, we are giving a Xbox Series S away on the channel. There's a video up for that. You guys can go check it out. But to give you a little rundown, if you send in a super chat during a live show, including today's live show, it enters you in a chance to win that Xbox Series S. And in fact, last time we were pinless, but we had a super chat, and we want to take care of that right now. Lucas, if you want to take one of the raffle tickets and write down Matt Noyes and throw him into the wonderful Doctor Strange bucket, and he will now have 2 tickets in the whole Xbox debacle. So there it is.
Wow.
You've been inserted. But yeah, so guys, if you want a chance to win that Xbox Series S, again, make sure you're sending in those super chats so you can get you a raffle ticket put into that Doctor Strange bucket. But other than that, make sure you're just sending us comments and questions down in the chat section below, because that's something we like to do around here on the show, is answer any of those comments and questions you guys have. And so make sure you stick around to the end of the show to see us answer those questions. But yeah, that being said, we are going to jump into our main topics today. And our first main topic today is this. We just kind of had a chance to check out the new trailer for That 90s Show. My thoughts on it are it looked very sitcom-y. It looked like a really cheesy version of That 70s Show. I don't know. I wanted to love this, and I'm probably going to watch it and check it out no matter what. And I know that we'll see a lot of the original cast here and there, so that's cool too. And God, I love That 70s Show. I mean, it was really the first series, Lucas, that I actually fell in love with and like binged from beginning to end. Granted, I was 20 years old and just learned how to use my smoker and
Out in the garage,
yes,
right
and so I connected with it, and I really enjoyed that series, and I watched it through and through at least like from 20 to 22, at least like, I kid you not, 100 times I watched that thing from 1 through, I don't know, there's 7, 8 maybe seasons, all the way, yeah. So really loved it. So I'll watch this no matter what. And I'll probably enjoy it to an extent, but man, it kind of just looks a little dumb and looks a little out of my wheelhouse, to be honest with you. But again, I'm gonna see it, so we'll see. You'll get my review on it eventually. It did give us a date. Do you remember what it was? It wasn't that far
January
away.
7th,
16th?
16th or 7th.
Yeah.
Or
So
something
yeah,
like that.
not that far away either. That's pretty cool. That's just around the corner, just a little after New Year's. We'll get it. But Lucas, you had a chance to check out the trailer just before we started the show, man. Give me your thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, I loved. I wouldn't say I watched it 100 times in 2 years by any means, but I loved That 70s Show, man. That 90s Show, I mean, it was like a minute-long trailer. There wasn't
like a
a lot.
teaser.
Right, there wasn't a lot to watch from it. I mean, my favorite parts of the trailer, probably just like in the original show, was Red. I mean, the Foremans in general, right?
Yeah, Red maintained his
assholery,
yeah,
or whatever,
his same
right.
thing, right? Yeah,
Right,
for
which
sure.
is good to see.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I mean, man, there just wasn't a ton to get me excited about. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, right.
Like it didn't really. I mean, they're obviously going to introduce you to a bunch of new characters, and I think they said that it was the grandkids, right? So we might see Eric.
So it's Eric and Donna's
Donna,
kids. Yeah, for sure.
But man, like, I would like, honestly, I don't know. I would have liked to see them in the trailer at least. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of felt notably absent from all of the originals, and you know. What's his face? The one that's definitely not going to be back. Danny
sure.
Masterson.
Yeah.
Thank God. I don't know. It looks like Red is going to be funny again, and but otherwise,
it's good to see him back out there.
Sure.
They're old, so
Sure.
they don't got a lot of runs left at this. But yeah, what about that 80s show? Did you ever check that out? It actually, as dumb as that show is, I know you'll love it because you know who the star of that 80s show is? Dustin. Not Dustin.
Glenn Howerton.
Glenn Howerton. Yeah. Glenn Howerton is the star of that 80s show. As dumb as that show is.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
I'd
right.
watch
Yeah.
that. One
you should
season
check
of
that
this?
out. Yeah, it went horrible. It went horribly.
I bet.
It didn't last very long.
I bet.
But guys, what are your guys' thoughts on that 90s show? Are you guys looking forward to this? You're going to check it out? Have you checked out the trailer? Did you like the trailer? Did it increase your excitement? It didn't do a lot for me, but definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. All right. With that down, we're going to move into our second main topic today. And our second main topic today is this. So Tarantino just cannot stop running his mouth. He's just a mouth runner, man. I mean, he's a stool pigeon. He opens his mouth and, just ignorant, dumb shit flies right out of it. And I'm getting kind of sick of hearing it. And I'm not the only one because, as you'll see here with this article that I have pulled up, our boy Samuel Jackson's tired of hearing it too. And here's the headline for this article. It's coming to us from the guys over at Variety. It says, Samuel Jackson challenges Quentin Tarantino over Marvel actors being movie stars. Chadwick Boseman is a movie star. Let's see the quote. I want to see here. Okay, here's the quote from Jackson. It takes an actor to be those particular characters. And the sign of movie stardom has always been what? Asses and seats. What are we talking about? Jackson said when asked about Tarantino's comments. That's not a big controversy for me to know that apparently these actors are movie stars. Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther. You can't refute that. He's a movie star. And again, this is something we've been talking about on the show. Me and Shane have been talking about constantly. That these movies are art, or are they not art, or are they movies, are they not movies, are they this new subgenre of film, or what are they? And like I keep telling Shane, it's just movies have evolved, right? Film has evolved, and this is what it's kind of evolved to, and the movie star has evolved too, right? Lucas, I think you would agree with me that Thor is more important to us as fans than Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so that being said, right. If Chris Hemsworth moves on, we still want to see Thor probably again at some point in life. Just with anything else, that, because at the end of the day, because Tarantino's right to an extent, right? Because at the end of the day, the character of Black Panther or the character of Thor is the star. And whoever's playing that is a star just because they are playing that role.
For sure.
But they go together.
Yeah.
So they are a star for playing Thor.
But that's like saying that Harrison Ford's not a star, but Indiana Jones is a star, right? Like, I mean, it's the character. We love Harrison.
Different then. Things aren't what they are today. Harrison Ford was a movie star in a generation where there were movie stars, where there was a lot of them.
Right, but Harrison Ford's only a movie star because he was Han Solo.
That's I don't know. I disagree. I don't know. Well, if I agree with that.
To me, it's the same thing. It's the same thing to say with Thor. Like I think Harrison Ford now, after 40 years since doing Star Wars, is a movie star. But when it came out, was Harrison Ford the star, or was Han Solo and Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa, were they the stars? You know what I mean? To me, it's the same thing. It's a character that launched careers. And I love Chris Hemsworth now as a star, but I see where Tarantino's coming from, that the characters are the stars initially. That doesn't mean... I'm with both Tarantino and Sam Jackson on this one because...
Yeah, but there's also no movie stars today. That's the other thing. Movie stars just don't exist like they did. And like Samuel Jackson said, at the end of the day, what makes a movie star? What has always been the criteria of it?
Asses and seats.
Damn Skippy. So if a Thor movie's coming out and he's making $2 billion on it, then he's a movie star if he's the star of that movie, right? And if there's multiple of them, then he's a movie star. So there's no, to me, there's no debating that Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Hugh Jackman, you stop me when you hear one that's not a movie star. Robert Downey Jr., I mean...
Right.
They're all fucking movie stars, man. Even Chadwick Boseman, if you remember, towards the end, of course he got sick, but right before the sickness stuff happened, right? Dude, remember 21 Bridges and all this, like, there was a ton
Reggie
of them.
Jackson movie.
Right. There was a ton of them where he was the star because he had, after Black Panther specifically,
That's
right?
what I'm trying to say.
And I agree to an extent, but he also is like Samuel Jackson says, he is a movie star. What Quentin Tarantino isn't quite grasping is that what the understanding of what makes a movie star today has somewhat altered as what it used to be. Because like I said, I mean, back then you had so many movie stars. Bruce Willis was a movie star. Tom Cruise was a movie star. I mean, you could go, Adam Sandler was a movie star at one point. Like you could go on and on and on, but now it does not work that way. You can't throw it. You won't even see an Adam Sandler movie in theaters. Or Bruce Willis, or any of those people, because at the end of the day, it's hard to use just one name to bring in power like that, like to box office draw. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, sure. Dwayne Johnson. There you go.
Johnny Depp, still, yeah.
Still?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But prior to, I mean, like you said, even, your mom used to be like that with Johnny Depp, right? Johnny Depp's in it. I can see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. Hey, we were like that as a family, bro.
For sure.
I mean, remember Secret Window or whatever it was?
Dark Shadows.
Or whatever.
Anything
No, not that
Johnny
bad.
Depp.
We were off the train by that point. But there was like one called Secret Window or something. We went out and seen it.
Yeah, you showed me
It was
the
a
trailer
horrible
for it.
movie, but we were so freaking excited because it had Johnny Depp in it. I mean, even the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake. I mean, I only really wanted to watch that because Johnny Depp. So yeah, and so they have existed less and less. It's becoming what we would call a movie star then. There's a couple left, but the new version of what a movie star is Chris Evans. And I think we could agree that Chris Evans is no Will Smith or Tom Cruise or nothing like that. He never really had that kind of power. But what Chris Evans is?
Captain America.
Damn Skippy. Yeah. He's Captain America. And none of those dudes were ever Captain America.
Right.
And Sam Jackson's got to take offense to this to an extent because... Sam
both.
Jackson's a fucking movie star.
He's both.
He's been a star in both ways.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right. He's been there in the before era and the after era. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. I'm really happy that Sam Jackson is speaking out about it because, like,
I guess his boy too.
Yeah. No. Exactly. I mean, it's rude, right?
Insulting.
Quentin Tarantino's for Quentin Tarantino to say that. I mean, that'd be like saying that Ryan Coogler's not a real director because he directed Black Panther. Or whatever,
right.
You know what I mean?
But that's what he was saying.
I know.
He was saying it was work for hire. Right.
Right.
And that's such bullshit. It's insulting.
Like early on Marvel movies, you could maybe make that argument. You know what I mean? It was a lot more formulaic back then. Like, Disney was really, but recently, I mean, creators, like artists, have a lot more freedom with Marvel now. And I'm just like, dude, shut up. If you don't want to work that job, then don't work that job.
Right.
But, like, don't hate. I love Quentin Tarantino, and this really kind of pisses me off that he keeps doing this, dude.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
All of them.
All of them.
Scorsese, all of them. Yeah.
Shut up, dude. Like, it's sad, man. It's kind of, it's to me just comes off as like jealousy.
What I love to see is artists that move with the times. And what would be befitting of all of this is for Tarantino to just direct a Marvel movie. Or Scorsese to direct a Marvel. Come on,
Just
man.
do
Evolve.
it. Just
Evolve
do
with the
it.
time. You're an artist. I mean, do it better.
No kidding.
Because
No
it isn't.
kidding.
Because it
Nope.
used to be a lot about these artists, these directors and stuff would be constantly about who did it first.
For sure.
But Lucas, I can tell you, and you know, as you've had experiences out in the world, it ain't about who did it first. It's about who did it right.
best, yeah.
That's right. It's about who did it right. And that's the thing is at the end of the day, you know, evolve with the thing. Like you see these bands like that fall off. And then there's the band like Maroon 5, who's been here since the 90s, still like top hitting every freaking year. Right.
That's a
because
bad
they're
example,
evolving.
but yeah.
They're
Yeah,
evolving. They
yes.
change. They whatever.
Sure.
We'll
staying with it.
We'll start out as a cry. I mean, think about what they started at to what they are now.
Right.
They're like so pop now. Like
I can't even listen to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But guess what? Somebody is. And
Yeah.
they're making dollar bills from it, right?
Yeah.
But-
I mean, they just did the Super Bowl halftime show like last year, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, and that's my point is, like I said, is that I think that if it would be cool to see these guys, one of these guys, I mean, Cameron is, I
Dude,
guess,
just
an example
do
because
it.
he's, right, yeah.
Just do it. I mean,
sure.
like, look, like if it turns out like it's everything that you feared it was gonna be, it's a job for hire, you can't control this and that. I get it, man. Just quit. Just walk away from the job. But my thing is that, like, Scorsese, Tarantino, if you guys haven't tried it, like if you haven't been in the director's chair for a Marvel movie, shut your mouth, man.
Right.
Real, truly. Like I'm like this with anything, and I will be like this to anyone. If you haven't actually tried something, to me, you don't have a place to say anything about it.
Right.
You know, and I've never been in a director's chair for a full-length feature film. So maybe I have no place to say it. But you know what? Tarantino's never done it for a Marvel movie. I feel like he can't. It's just not fair for him to say something, to speak on something like that if he's got no experience in it.
I just don't think you shit on other artists and their
In general,
work
for sure.
and what they're doing. But
I mean, shit on the studio if you want to, but yeah, I mean, this is a great example with Sam Jackson taking offense to what he's saying because it is about him, to an extent.
For
And
sure,
it's-
for sure.
It's just
And
like,
guys-
dude, I've been a movie star in your movie,
Right,
Tarantino.
no doubt. Yeah.
A
Multiple
couple
of them. Right.
Several,
yeah,
like
yeah,
3
right.
or 4 at least. yeah.
But guys, what do you guys think of this? What do you think about Sam Jackson telling Tarantino he's sick and tired of this motherfucker doing this shit on this motherfucking plane and shit? Definitely let us know what you guys think. I'm very interested. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we're going to jump into our third main topic today. And our third main topic today is this. So, Lucas, you know, we've had all this discussion in the past weeks about World War Hulk. And then, of
past
course, we
months,
had the She-Hulk series finale, right, where we were teased with Scar. And so...
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, right. And so his son's there, Scar's there. They're clearly setting this up. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but early on, Lucas, I had said that what I was hearing, the murmurs I was hearing was that they were setting this up to be a movie and maybe even a 2-part movie. So it was be like almost like how Infinity War and Endgame needed to be. Yes, but World War Hulk, right? And then right after I had heard that, it quickly, just weeks later, we hear that no, they're thinking about doing this to like a 4 or 5 part Disney Plus series, and they'll all be about 50 minutes long. And it was like, okay, that's interesting. And so the questions were always there, like, well, why didn't they go with the theatrical thing? Because, it's going to be expensive to make, and they're going to need to make that money back. But then Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever came out, right? And when it did, we were all like, okay, Namor's in it. So immediately since Namor and Hulk's, rights are owned by Universal, we immediately assumed that because Namor was in Wakanda Forever, that Marvel or Disney was able to reacquire the rights for Namor and Hulk to use in feature films. But that's not true, apparently, because the director has spoken out, or some of the creators and producers behind Wakanda Forever. And actually, basically, what they did to use Namor is what they do to use Hulk, right? The movie's not Hulk's movie, but he's in it. Mm-hmm. And that you can do. They can do that. We see the Avengers.
It's the what's the actual word for it? The distribution rights that they own. Yeah.
Yes, the distribution rights. But it's to a Namor film.
Yes.
This isn't a Namor film, Wakanda Forever, right? And so that makes sense, but that's not what we thought. We assumed, like I said, that they had gotten the full rights back and that maybe we would even see a Namor movie in the future.
Well, they talked about it, or
for
like
sure.
a TV show.
But as you can see, I have this article here pulled up by Screen Rant, and they're asking the same question. Universal owns Namor's rights too, how the situation compares to Hulk. And the thing is like I said, this is really weird right now, and we're just gonna kind of have to wait and play this out and hear more as we go, because I'm not really sure what's going on. But from what I'm hearing now and what I'm reading is that they never got the rights, that Universal still has the rights to Hulk, and that's why they pulled the plug on the 2-movie Hulk, World War Hulk, and changed it to the series, because they have rights to use Hulk
for like a TV series.
Yes, but not
on their own streaming service.
Right, but not in a
movie.
Feature, right, exactly. And so this is kind of disappointing to hear. This means also if we do want something to more moving forward, that it would have to be as well, right? A Disney Plus series or something to the effect, or he would pop up and stuff, like Hulk did in She-Hulk type thing. But yeah, so this is very interesting, and there was some other stuff that's being said. There was some stuff filed with the SEC about the rights for it and when they come back. And from my understanding is after 15 years, they are able to get the rights would just revert back to Marvel, and that's supposedly in 2025. So maybe they get it back and decide to go to the movie route, and because Hulk and that stuff wouldn't come out until later anyway. And there was also some filings with the X-Men characters. Apparently, they don't have quite the rights because of contract stuff. They don't. Contractually, they're just not able to use some of these characters yet, even though they own the rights back to them. So, yeah, they're filing stuff in the courts and stuff now to make sure they do the right things to obtain the rights. But, yeah, who knows what's going on with this Universal and Hulk stuff. All I know is if you know anything about me, I want more Hulk. Just give me Hulk. Kill Bruce Banner. So, but, yeah, Lucas, you're hearing this, man. What are your thoughts, buddy?
I mean, I'd heard a few of these things too as well. I'm just like I get it from Universal's standpoint, or if you want to compare it to Sony, which not totally fair too, because they've made like a string of at least somewhat successful Spider-Man movies, but it's the same thing, right? Like if Sony doesn't use Spider-Man, or like make a Spider-Man character-based movie every whatever years, it automatically reverts back.
That's right.
And it's like, I get it from Sony and Universal standpoint. They're a business. They own those rights. It's their right to own them. You know what I mean? But as a fan, I'm like, God, just give it back, dude. Mm-hmm. Because I do want to see a Hulk movie. I want to see a Namor movie, man. I like them all being under the same, Mickey Mouse shaped umbrella.
Sure,
if it's got to be that way. But I get it. I get Universal not wanting to give up their rights for it, and Sony as well, because clearly it's very lucrative. You know, clearly, I mean, Marvel,
Sony will always own Spider-Man.
Yeah.
For facts.
Until Sony doesn't exist anymore, which is not going to happen.
Unless they buy Sony. Because at the end of the day,
Right.
I mean, how do you put a number on that? Even if you're like, hey, bro, we'll give you $10 billion. Like, if you're Sony, you're like, damn, that's a lot of money. But I mean...
Make 10 good Spider-Man movies, you can make $10 billion.
Right, but that would still take 10 years.
Sure.
So
Fair.
that's a good chunk of change in a small amount of time. But then you're like, but what am I about to do with it? I can still, this
That's
is
what
a
I'm
lot.
saying.
Right,
Right.
exactly. So they're never, ever going to sell it because even 10 billion may not be enough. It really may not be.
For
in the
just
long
Spider-Man
run.
2, no less.
Right.
I mean, they own
well, now
all
not.
of his...
They got Venom. They got Morbius.
Right.
They got
Madam Web. All
right.
this stuff
All
they're
of this
about to
shit.
do. Yeah.
Aunt May movie.
Let's do it. Why not? You know, whatever.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, they...
At least she's hot now.
But you know, I think in some ways Marvel may have shot themselves in the foot by buying Fox
Yeah.
for the characters.
Yeah, for sure.
Because first of all,
At least
they're
temporarily.
they're $70 billion down.
Right.
But also now Universal's looking at that paycheck like, I bet we could get a couple billion for. We just gotta sit on this for a while now.
Right.
They don't have plans to make a Hulk or Namor movie, but
Well,
they
they
might
can't.
now.
They don't have the rights to.
They just have the rights
To
for a
distribute one.
distributor, Yeah.
They've lost it because they didn't make one in enough time. They had to make one like every 3 years, and after the Ang Lee 03 Hulk's failure,
whatever.
it didn't. They didn't make one for like 2 or 3 years, so the rights reverted back. But they did pair with Marvel at the time, who was not owned by Disney in 2008, to distribute the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton.
Well, and you know that's the thing too, is that why can't movie studios work together all the time.
Yep.
Like Disney and Sony did it. Like, Universal, if you're going to keep the rights to it, do it, or keep the distribution rights or whatever you want to say. But like, I mean, don't deny the fans what they're asking for. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. You know, there's a way that you guys can both be happy. I feel like, and I don't know. Just give us a World War Hulk movie. That's
Yeah,
what
right.
make me happy.
Yeah, either that or just give me the hot Aunt May movie. I'll take it. Yeah,
Hot Aunt May. Let's do it. Yeah, why not?
Give me something, man. Give me something good, Marvel. Jeez. But yeah, with that down, guys, or let me know what you guys think. What are you guys' thoughts on all this? Do you think that Marvel did get the rights back? Do you think they're waiting? Will they get the rights back? How do you think all that'll work out? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right. With that down, we are going to move on to our fourth main topic today. And our fourth main topic today is a bit of an exciting one because, as we like to talk about all the time here at the beginning of the show, we like to talk about movies, movie news, TV, and all other screen-related news. Well, sometimes screen-related news comes with video games, right? And this is kind of exciting news to me, so I wanted to put this up. So, Lucas, I'm often talking about when I was younger, and I know that we have a little bit of an age gap, but I know at least when you grew up, you had the experience to experience some of these video games that were based off movies, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. There was
Spider-Man
3 of them,
2,
1,
yeah.
2, and 3.
Yeah.
Like you could play literally
even
the scenes that happen. But you play them out, right? And
or Harry Potter was a big
for
one.
sure.
I remember.
Yeah, you could get all the years, and I loved that stuff, even though I knew the outcome and the story.
By the
None of
time
that
I played
mattered
the
because
game,
I
I'd
wanted to
watched the
play
movie
it. I
12
wanted
times,
to be
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Right.
And so yeah, and I always thought, for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years at least, that we've been into Marvel the way we've been into Marvel. Why do they not put out games that are connected to the MCU? And it feels like it's a perfect thing to do. But no. But this coming to us from James Gunn. And this article is coming to us from IGN, by the way. James Gunn has kind of hinted at the idea that the DCEU moving forward under his leaderships, by the way, will be tied in to the video games. And as you can see here, I have a tweet brought up where somebody had tweeted at him that are there plans for games to be connected to the DCU as well, Mr. Gunn? And he responds with simply, yes. And that is encouraging.
It is.
Because, again, he is the president now. He is the one operating all this, and he is going to want this to be a big, streamlined thing. And he's more into those quirky, weird things, too. So I could see him, like, making a video game. Like, directing it, writing it.
Sure.
Right? You know, and why
He's
not?
a guy that keeps up with the times.
I would play a Peacemaker video game. That'd be badass. I would play, you know, I mean, you name it. If it's connected, awesome. I would play a Robert Pattinson Batman game. For sure, I would play that, right? Who wouldn't play that, man? Come on, right?
No, man, I mean, truly, like, I think the only reason Marvel hasn't done it yet is Marvel doesn't make a lot of successful video games.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Star Wars has already done it. I don't know if you've played the Fallen Order, the Jedi Fallen Order.
I played a little bit of it.
It connects directly to the show. I mean, we just watched Obi-Wan, you know, recently.
Yeah, we keep saying, when are we going to see Cal, like, every time we see.
Yeah, I'm honestly, when we were watching Obi-Wan, or Cal was probably one of the bigger characters that I was expecting to see.
Me too.
I mean, you got the Inquisitors there. Those are the main bad guys.
Right, exactly.
I mean, you even go to the same underwater base, right? And flood it.
And you do the same, right.
Right. So it was I guess what I'm getting at is that I'd like to see more of that from Star Wars. But DC, if you're going to do it, like go, like, full send it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
I get it. I see why they would shy away maybe from introducing Cal Kestis in it, because then you have to have played the video game. But that's not totally true. I mean, you can go into hopefully you can go into any Marvel movie, say.
And, because they'll do a good job of introducing him in the movie itself as
well. So that's my only thing from DC is that go full send it, man. But don't back down from it if you're going to do it.
Yeah, give me everything. Like I said, I want a Peacemaker R-rated, cussing, and all. You know, you can hump a dude to death. Like, I want the full thing. I want to play as Eagly. I want to be able to claw people up as Eagly. I want I want all of that.
Yeah, man. I mean, we live in such a special time. We really do live in one of the best times to be at least like a fan of movies and TV stuff and whatnot. And I think that there is a huge missed opportunity, or a continually missed opportunity, to not use video games to connect it. I mean,
for sure.
I've heard, you know, that potentially the Spider-Man from the Insomniac video games is going to be in Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be awesome. That's a great way to do it, man. Why not, right? Yeah. I mean, like, we've all got PlayStations or Xboxes, or most of us do. I mean, we've all got Disney Plus. We've all got HBO Max. Like, it's a cinematic universe. Make it so. You know what I mean? Like, push the boundaries of it. And that's what I love too about what you're saying about James Gunn, is he's a guy that does keep up with the times. He is quirky,
that's
and
what I'm
weird,
saying.
But he adapts.
And if anything, give me a what's it called where we play 4 players?
Multiplayer.
Yeah. But the game Marvel, we can all
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Just give me a good new graphic out, like sick graphic, like realistic Ultimate Alliance
where
that we can play co-op.
Three of my
friends on a fucking couch.
Right.
Give me that. Just start with that. And do it with DC. I'll do a DC one. You be fucking whoever. I'll be whoever.
Dude, absolutely.
I just want options. Like, full options to be. I'm Dr. Fate. You know I'm Dr. Fate. I'm Dr. Fate every time.
Right.
But that's what I'd like to see. But DC is known, for making some decent games. They have the Injustice series,
all of the Arkham Asylum games.
Yeah, even I loved the Injustice first Mortal Kombat game.
Oh yeah,
God,
DC
that was a
versus
badass
Mortal
game.
Kombat,
Yeah, DC versus Mortal Kombat. That was a badass game,
man.
But yeah, so I liked a lot of their DC's games.
They've got a lot of good
Their
ones.
Batman games are fucking
Obviously.
off the wall.
Obviously.
Stupid. I mean, that Spider-Man game has
It's-
everything because of those Batman
Yeah,
games.
dude, even like crawling in the vents and stuff
Even
like that.
You can
all of it.
basically web swing as Batman.
Or glide or
Right.
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
They really pulled so much from those Batman.
Well, and it
Arkham
worked
games.
well. I mean, that character's a
Yes.
Yeah, they both work really well for that type of game.
For sure. Yeah, awesome games too. Love
Right.
the Sony Spider-Man games too. But guys, yeah, you're hearing this. What are your guys' thoughts on the DCEU being connected to their video game universe? This is very interesting. Do you think James Gunn will keep his word on this and stick with it? It is just a simple response, a yes.
He did say plans. Yeah, we
Yes,
just have
right. Plans,
Yeah.
right? So we'll see, but definitely let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right. With that down, we are going to move on to our fifth and final main topic today. Lucas, did you have a chance to see the graphic that I put up for the show
Yeah,
today?
that's what I was looking at the beginning. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's obviously because, like I said, our fifth topic is everything, everywhere, all at once. Winning everything, everywhere, all at once. Specifically here at the Gotham Awards, right? As you can see, this article is coming to us from the Hollywood Reporter. Everything, everywhere, all at once was the big winner at the 2022 Gotham Awards. The film, which went into the night for 3 awards, was named Best Feature during the event Monday at the, I'm not sure, Wall Street Journal in Wall Street in New York. Everything Everywhere actor Ke-Huy Quan also won Best Supporting Performance for his work in the film. And I believe that is the little boy from Temple of Doom, right? Yeah, it's the little Asian dude, little Asian kid from Temple of Doom. Won Best Supporting Actor. He plays like a Jackie Chan character in the movie. He kicks ass like a mother. He's awesome. So glad it's that little kid. I always loved that little kid.
Yeah, he was great.
But yeah, the director spoke. There's a quote up here. I'm not going to read it. It's a pretty long quote that the director gave after winning the award. You can check it out. It's up on the screen. This is awesome. I made that graphic because I go back to do it again. Guys, this is the best movie I've seen all year. If you guys haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, see it. Find a way. Just do it. I know that a lot of you are probably waiting for it to come to streaming. Don't. Watch it now. Watch it while you can. It's just that good. It's one of those movies that just changes everything for you a little bit. And those... we want them all the time, but you never really get them. And this one does it, and it does it so well. It has everything going for it, and Michelle Yeoh is great. You know, the guy, the kid again from Temple of Doom, Ke-Huy Quan is great in it as well. And yeah, this is just going to be the first of a lot of award-winning this movie is going to be doing. And that's why, again, I made the graphic with all the championship rings, because at the end of the day, they're going to be like Jordan in this mother. They're going to just be counting all them rings up at the because they're going to win Oscars. This is going to, I'm going to tell you right now that this is going to win Best Picture at the Academy Award, Oscars. This is probably going to win Best Director. Michelle Yeoh could win Best Actress or Best Lead Actress in it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing wins all kinds of shit. Best score, best
Original screenplay.
original
for sure.
screenplay, best even their effects in it are fucking for the price they spent. I mean, everything about it is great, and I just expect this thing to continue and continue and continue to roll and roll and roll and just add hardware. This is just going to be a good year for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I'm super excited. I'm stoked. Like I said, I can't tell you enough how this is the best movie that I've seen all year, and you got to go out and see it. Lucas, I don't know. I think you still haven't had a chance to see.
I haven't. No,
Everything
I know.
Everywhere
And
All
every
at
time
Once.
we talk about it, I feel I'm just gonna watch it.
But you're hearing this news about it, you know, winning Best Picture, you know, at the Gotham Awards. So, you know, Gotham loves it. That means, you know, Bruce Wayne loves it.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, man? What do you think?
No, I'm excited for it. I mean, like, you know, I've known you 6 years now, I think, something like that. I haven't seen you get excited for a movie like this, like, in a long time. And it makes me really
The
excited.
Lighthouse, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Which was awesome.
Was awesome, yeah. So you've never steered me wrong on movie recommendations. I'm excited for it because I know we were talking about it at the beginning of this, but we love seeing new, creative, like original screenplays do really well, and this is a great example for it. And not just that, I mean, like from everything you've told me about it, even I was just reading the quote that you had up there from the director about dealing with trauma and everything. Like this movie seems like it's something that everybody needs right now. And man, I hope it does when. I hope it does win as many awards as it sounds like it
just does
deserves.
so much to, like I said, to actually change kind of the way you see things.
Yeah.
And again, there's movies that, I would say Interstellar kind of did that in a way.
Definitely.
But this movie does it like 4 times.
Yeah. Interstellar does it once at the end.
Yes, at the very end, you're like,
well, I mean, it builds on itself.
But this one just
drops it. Boom.
I mean, it's just so much. You're like, there was at least 3 or 4 times I'm like, oh, that's what the movie's about. Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh,
wait.
What the movie?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's what. Like every time it's like, Jesus Christ, this movie's teaching me so many life lessons. It's gonna be my Bible. I'm gonna need to print the script
Everything,
off.
everywhere, all at once.
Right?
Yeah, we're about to start over.
Yeah, and it's also just so intense because you are having kind of everything thrown at you all the time. There is the sausage finger people. There is what's her name? Jamie Lee Curtis and her weird character, and it's just so much going on. It's such a good movie. I hear all the time, quite often, people talking in our chat and in our friend group about how not enough good original films are being made and stuff. But this is a perfect example of one that's out there, and most of you guys haven't seen it. So
yeah,
go out there, check it out. If you're a fan of these kind of indie, different, definitely go check it out. It is definitely more for film fans than it is for your regular average Joe off the streets. I will say that for sure. I do know, like, my dad thought it was silly and stupid and couldn't quite sit through it. But my dad's kind of an average film goer, And but I think if you're into film, you're really, really gonna enjoy this. And also, a little tidbit to take in with you is that Michelle Yeoh, before they had casted Michelle Yeoh, they had actually casted Jackie Chan to play the role. And Jackie Chan declined it. He was like, this ain't going to go nowhere. It's too off the wall and stuff. And Michelle Yeoh actually had texted him, like, a couple weeks after she got the role and found out they had originally gave it to Jackie. And she's friends with him. And she texts Jackie Chan. She like, you dumb. You dumb. You dumb. And sure enough, he dumb. Yeah. And it really sucks too because this is a movie that could have really like changed those twilight years of Jackie Chan's career. For sure it could have. But I'm glad Michelle Yeoh got it because, guys, she's fucking wonderful in it. I mean, it's such a good movie, guys. Go out and see this thing if you haven't seen it. Go out, buy it. The Blu-ray for it, the 4K edition Blu-ray for it is fucking awesome. It's like black and white and just trippiness all over it. So yeah, definitely go check it out if you guys haven't seen it. If you guys have, definitely let me know your thoughts. If you guys are hearing about the Gotham Awards and it winning, do you think it'll win more awards? Do you think it'll win Best Picture at the Oscar? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, that is our last main topic today. So we are going to jump over into the chat section, see if we got any chats from you guys. Let's see here. Yeah, Matt says hopefully that 90s show will be as close to being as good as that 70s show. I mean, I wouldn't.
He also gave us a date. It was January 19th.
Yeah, I see that.
Yep,
January 19th. Thanks, Matt, for that. Shane says, didn't they already make that 90s show in the 90s called My So-Called Life?
Close enough.
Yeah. Kind of. Yep, Danny Masterson will not be back. He would have signed on if he would have allowed to be.
If he wouldn't have, yeah.
Anyway. But let's see what else we got here. Shane says, do you think the lack of movie stars is because the star system is dead, or are movies dead? Well, I would challenge you to explain to me what the star system is. You got me. I'm not sure what the star system is.
I think I get what he's saying, and I think it's not that movies are dead or that the star system is dead. It's that, man, we live in a world.
It's that they've changed. That's what we keep avoiding.
We live
Nobody
in a world
wants
where
change.
Roku
Nobody
makes
wants
their own
change.
Weird Al Yankovic biopics.
Everybody
man.
wants to run from change, man. But at the end of the day, this is what movies are. These are what movie stars are. It is what it is. You can shelter your eyes and pretend we're not seeing it and that it isn't how it is because you preferred it the way it used to be. But it is how it is, man. And it is. Right. Well, for better or for worse.
And that's what I'm saying is that
for better or for worse.
I think the reason that there's not, it's not that movies are dead or that they're, whatever the star system is dead. It's that, like, there's such an influx now. I mean, dude, there are new movies that come out every single day.
Yeah, Shane says that all the time. It's so true.
Sure, but what are you going to do? I mean, how do you change that? Why do you change that? Why do you stop that? Unless you're in the position to make, I mean, you know, I guess if you don't love it, just do it yourself, right? Like, just, if you aren't crazy about how movies are made now or whatever, let's just get out and do it ourselves then.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Shane mentions that Chris Hemsworth's top 10 movies are all like franchise or Marvel movies. Well, yeah, I mean,
that's what superstars. That's what movie stars do.
That's what the world is now. That is what represents a movie star to me. I mean,
it's franchise, right? I mean, like, even like we were saying with Harrison Ford, man. I mean, Harrison Ford's a little different, obviously, because he comes from back with the original star system. But you know, what are Harrison Ford's top movies? Indiana Jones, Star Wars. They're both franchises, man. Right. Blade Runner is another franchise now. Like,
yeah, right, right.
I mean, it truly
goes on and on, right? Yeah,
that's what makes stars.
That's what makes
man,
stars, right?
Franchises.
That's just where it is, man. Right. I don't understand. Again,
I don't get it either.
I don't understand if we're trying to run from it or we just don't want it to happen. But it's already happened and it's here. This is the movie industry now. This is the world we live in. And if we want to, like I always continue to say, if we want to continue to go out and enjoy movies and movie theaters, then we have to support
franchises.
Not just that, but we have to support. You can't bitch, moan, and complain about Marvel and DC and franchise movies and then sit on your ass at home when everything everywhere all at once is in theaters. That's what I think you can't do, because at the end of the day, there is movies out there that aren't franchise movies, that are amazing movies, that are small budgeted movies, that are all of the checks that you want to check.
For sure.
And you're still sitting on your ass not going to see it. So at the end of the day, the onus is on you, the audience. If you want more everything everywhere all at once kind of shit, show them what, right?
Yeah.
Show me what you've got, right? Come on. But yeah, for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Shane says, glad Tarantino is speaking his mind. Don't like the guy, but at least he's a movie fan and has seen all the great films you're supposed to have seen.
Can I see what's the list of movies you're supposed to have seen? And who made that list? And who's saying you're supposed to? I mean, that's what I love about movies, man, is that we all have our own different...
Yeah, it's subjective as
supposed
fuck.
to. I mean, if you are a film student...
I know some people that be like, dude, you're supposed to have seen the first Pokemon anime movie.
I've seen it.
Me too. I'm in that group. But I don't right.
No, right. And I get it. You know, if you are a film student... You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to school for film, sure, there's going to be a bucket list of movies you're supposed to have seen as a film student. Most average movie-going, you know, people are not film
but
students.
you can't judge me, because if you're gonna judge me because I don't know what Rosebud means, then I'm judging you because you don't know what a fucking Meowth is. I mean,
there we go.
That's equal playing ground.
No, it is.
But
that shows it. It is subjective.
Yes,
and we can all
sure.
do that. And let's not.
Let's not. Let's all just enjoy what we enjoy.
Right.
I can enjoy this. You can enjoy that, and we can still be film going. And movie brothers.
And if we're coming at it from that place. If I'm showing you a movie that I enjoy, it may not be a movie you would have ever seen, but we're going into it hoping to enjoy it together.
For sure.
We're going to enjoy it together.
Well, shit,
or hate it together.
I say this all the time, and I think we need to say this more as film fans, is that I want every single movie that I go to be the best movie I ever seen.
Duh, you don't want to walk in
want to
already
end up
hating
being
it.
Trevor and every movie being my favorite, but sometimes, that is life, but I don't. I
would rather. I don't
want to hate a movie.
I
don't want to go into a movie
movie.
like I mean, there is times, right? There's specific times where very specific things have happened where I go in, I'm like, I want to hate this, but even then, when it's good, I'm like, God, I like that. Right. I mean, because at the end of the day, what I like is what I like. What we're acting like here is that all these people, all these billions of people, are just saying they like this shit.
Bunch of shit.
right. We're just well, it's because they don't know what's good. Well, that's fucking annoying to say. I say all the time that it's like a chef bringing out a dish. I take a bite of it and I'm like, ooh, man, this tastes like awful shit. And the chef's like, oh, yes, sir, but I made it like that. I don't go, oh, you made it to taste like, now it's good. No, it doesn't work that way for me.
Oh, it's because it is shit.
And Shane's response to me, which I think is a valid, good response, but I think is annoying and asinine, is that, well, I can't help it that you don't have a refined palate. That you can't, well, maybe, but I can't help it that I can't eat at Michelin star restaurants, motherfucker. I'm sorry that the best 4 places I've ate at was Burger King, Dairy Queen, McDonald's, and Long John Silver's. How's that fucking my fault all the time? I got raised this way. I am who I am. I'm also not, growing money in my backyard, and most people aren't. So to say that my taste buds aren't wrong, I've never had caviar. I've never had all kinds of shit like that. And at the end of the day, like I said, those things exist, and sometimes I can't afford them.
Do you hate caviar?
I don't know. I've never had it.
Exactly, and that's all I'm trying to get at, right? Is that
but I would try it if it was cheaper.
Try it, yeah. Try it if you had the money. Try it whenever you try it. It's okay. I mean, it's not. It's okay, right?
Right, but it's like I was telling Shane too.
Sure.
There's somebody out there, and I know you will agree with me on this. That there's not just somebody. There's lots of motherfuckers out there that would say the best burger they've ever had in their entire life was a Big Mac. They're out there, Lucas, by troves, bro.
Yeah.
Now here's the other thing, and this is the part that he has the part. This is the part Shane has, and I think a lot of people have accepting, is that now Gordon Ramsay has made a hamburger. It's sitting next to a Big Mac. Now in Shane's mind, all right, now you take that same dude that said best big burger he ever had was a Big Mac. Now that he gets a real burger, this is what he's gonna say he likes.
He's gonna say he likes
but
the
that's
Big
not
Mac,
always
though.
the case, right? A lot of the times you still get, well, I like the Big Mac. And guess what? Whether they've never had them or either one or not at all ever, there's still gonna be someone out there that's gonna go, oh man, I actually like this one.
Comfort.
So, and you can't
comfort
for
man.
whatever reason. Maybe it's taste, Lucas. Maybe they just tasted the Big Mac and was like, "This is legitimately better for my mouth."
This is God.
The better way to describe it to me is often I try to use peppers as an example. I may give you a hot sauce that's a 1 million Scoville, and you pass out and faint from it, Lucas, and I may eat a 7 million Scoville with like tortilla chips like it's nothing.
Right.
But you can't help that. Can you help what your body felt?
My spice palate is not refined.
Yeah, you unrefined palated motherfucker.
Yeah.
You should eat more hot shit more often so you can handle it.
I do.
Right, because that's kind of what you're asking me to do. You're asking me to watch shit that I don't really want to watch so I can get used to or handle it,
and that's the issue, right? Is that there is such an influx, such a constant stream of new content, I don't have time. I barely have time to watch the things I enjoy watching.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think the idea, love you, Shane, but I think the idea that there's a list of films you're supposed to have seen, that's bullshit, man.
Definitely.
That is bullshit.
That's for sure.
Because,
That's for sure.
man, I've seen a lot of movies in my life. I'm sure I've seen at least a good amount of the films that are on that list. And yeah, I enjoy them, sure, but I'm not going around saying, "Oh, you have to have seen this movie, or you can't say anything about movies ever."
And that's basically what Tarantino is saying too. That's what
Yeah, I
that's
know,
what all
I
of
know.
these directors are saying when they say these things.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is Shane, Scorsese, all those guys
All three
are
very
more
talented directors.
are more
Yeah.
traditional kind
sure.
of directors that were taught and brought up in a way different Hollywood. Like a completely different
Yeah,
Hollywood
yes.
with the film industry being completely
They are
different.
actual film students.
Exactly,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
that's the problem.
So they have
and that's
to
why
have seen
I
those,
love
yes.
having Shane on this show because
Yeah.
I get that completely different perspective that none of us really. It's like having Scorsese on the show
For sure.
because you get the
For sure.
perspective of a real film of someone who went through film school, someone who actually did it and did it in a time where, like I was telling Shane, even when he was on the show a couple weeks ago, like even now, if one of us went to film, if you went now, you'd be like, what the fuck are they teaching?
Yeah.
Because things are different. They wouldn't be teaching the same exact things because, I mean, I guarantee you there's a lot
because
more.
it was 20 years ago or
Right,
whatever
right.
that Shane went to film school.
But think about how much the movie industry has evolved in just
20
that 20 years. Right.
We didn't have Netflix 20
Astronomically.
years ago.
Right, exactly.
We didn't have streaming. We still had to
Right.
pay-per-view cable, right?
Sure, for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Shane says most people today won't watch something that's 10 years old now. Hey, that's so true. That's exactly how my wife is. Constantly we'll be scrolling, we'll see something, and she'll be like, oh, yeah, this looks good. We'll even watch the trailer and shit. She's like, oh, yeah, this looks good. And then she'll see the date like
99.
08 or in 2003, and she's like, oh, it's old. So it looked good. Or even we'll start it and it'll look old, and she'll be like, it look old. And so I was like, damn, like I get that to an
I
extent.
do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
for
I
sure.
would say for sure though. I don't know about most people doing that. And 10 years too. I mean,
most
like
young people for sure.
sure, but Iron Man came out over 10 years ago now. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
just depends on what it is.
Yeah,
and it
right.
depends on how well it holds up too.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
because a ton of people went back and watched Star Wars again for you know what I mean. People will. It just depends on what it is. And I don't think it's totally fair to say most people today won't. I think most young people today won't watch something that's over. I mean, if there's a kid that's 10 years old, probably not going to watch something that's older than him.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That's
understandable.
That's always fair to say. I mean, when you were 10, it wasn't that easy for you to watch movies that were older than you.
Right.
It's just not fair to say that. I
Right,
don't
for
think.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. And it looks like that's it, guys. I see there's 6 of you guys. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button for me. It's good for the algorithm around here, so we know everybody's liking everything they're seeing. We appreciate all the comments, questions, and things you guys left in the chat. It's always the funnest part of the show is interacting with you guys, the audience, and being a big film family. And
Family.
it's been fun. It's been a good episode today, and I was joined by my friend Lucas. Lucas, where can people find you at?
They can find me at Instagram or Twitter at Lucas_Farney. So Fairney.
Fairney. Awesome. And yeah, guys, you know where to
Always
find
a
me at.
pleasure.
My handle is right there. Bam at Keaton Toothpin on Twitter. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, again, hit the thumbs up, and make sure you guys come back. I will be here tomorrow, probably doing a solo show, and then we will have Shane back here on Friday. So we'll see how we work Wednesday and Thursday out. I am also going to go check out a couple of movies, maybe The Menu and something else here in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for my out of theater reviews. I also did an out of theater review last night on Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, Knives Out 2, and that is up on the channel as well. So definitely go check that out to hear my thoughts on that. And yeah, for sure. Stick around tomorrow, and make sure you guys are sending in those super chats to win that Xbox Series S and spreading the love on the Xbox video. And yeah, we will see you guys back here tomorrow.